Oh, that was amazing.
That was
Hey, everybody. Hey. And welcome to the Leafcast, a first-time reader show based on the epic fantasy series Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. My name is Ryan, and I'm currently putting a vial back in my pocket.
And I am Ryan's brother Dan, and I'm ready to talk chapters. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, fierce eyes and strong withers.
Yes. We have Kay Sai is joining us. She is mommying. I might be skipping out to do some daddying at times to let her talk. But yeah, we were going to get through this show. We got 5 to get through. Sure. And chapters 25 to 29. This is episode 153. 153.
Howdy, sus.
What's up, guys?
Oh, just chilling.
All right. So yeah, we just got finished up with Twa Quest. That was super fun. If you've not gotten to see it, please watch it on their YouTube channel. Kay Sai was the guest NPC, and she was killing it. Didn't know she had so many talented accents all in one character.
Hey, yo, stop it. What you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Go back to where you're from.
What happened to the books, guys? You guys used to come in with books and everything. Now it's just accents.
You brought us in a little weird way, but with little bitty weird way. I don't think Josh had a heads up thing.
Kay, can you turn down your mic just a tiny bit?
I might be able to, but not.
I can. I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
Thank you, Ryan.
I got a sweet cheeks.
Thank you, Byron.
Is everyone good? You all right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Better?
Yes, we are. Yeah, we're the Way of the Leaf. We do this every Tuesday. We also have a show on Sunday, and we're doing D&D with Twacast. So we're all over. If you turn on YouTube, you probably are seeing us. Like, algorithms don't lie, right? We're probably just popping up everywhere.
I wish I knew the second verse to that song.
Algorithms don't lie.
Well, not. yeah.
My product.
Exactly.
So yeah, we're gonna talk. We're talking. This is hopefully this is the second to last episode before we finish the book.
That's what we said last time we were gonna have a show, but
what's that?
Sorry. I had to visit my family. It was very important, and also, I don't remember from week to week what's going to happen in the next coming couple of weeks, or maybe week, or maybe day, maybe hours.
Right
so I really didn't remember. What?
We would have been finished with the book right now.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I know.
No, but Josh is cool with it, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, what's waiting another expert?
Clearly, he looks super cool and chillaxy right now.
Chapters of a Robert Jordan book. Nothing ever happens there.
Josh, is that unleaded or leaded gaslighting you're doing right now?
Wait, what?
I don't think you know what gaslighting is, right?
I don't think that's what gaslighting is.
Hey, that's an ad hominem abusive, cocksucker.
Well, learn what the term is before you use it, Mr. Mustache.
Ooh.
That's a good point, Mr. Mustache.
Ouchie wawa.
Okay. All right. So what are you calling? You're like, we could have been done with the books, Kay Sedai, and then you stare at her.
That was not gaslighting. That's passive aggressiveness. I feel like actually Josh is correct in not calling this gaslighting.
No,
He's just being like, oh, I'm being a little bitch. Yeah. I'm Josh. I'm the little sweetie cunt.
Yeah. If Kay had said, "Hey Josh, we would have been done if you didn't go visit your family," that's gaslighting.
Yeah. Wait, would it be what? Say it again.
When you just like blame it on him for some made up excuse.
No, what you would say is gaslighting.
No,
No, gaslighting.
Let's do it, Josh.
No, that didn't happen at all. In no way did I make us miss the last chapter of the book. That was all you.
No, that was your fault for doing something different that you did previous weeks before, where you didn't read chapter 25, and then we couldn't finish that.
That's
episode.
a very good. That's a solid point. That's a solid
now here we
I
are.
read chapter 25 like last year.
So you don't remember-
Gaslighting.
You know what? This is hurting
Slammed
my
up.
feelings. I don't like mom and dad. Please don't fight.
We
Chapter 25.
love. Oh,
It's
all of
called
us.
Bonds, James Bond, or Barry Bonds, and it is has the dragon icon, and it is a Rand chapter. Now Rand is in his room at the council's head.
Yeah.
He's
in the room at the council's head, and he put the flute to his lips.
put the flute to his lips, and she's like,
yes. I was gonna say,
so
is it
I
at
do-
his head or giving his? Anyways.
I
Forward.
and I underline quote, sit there puffing on that thing.
Right.
So one of those for sure is a drinking obligation.
Well, it was jolly enough to cheer the dead.
Let's see. So he's hanging out with men. They're shooting a little gossip. They're waiting. Alana's in town, and Rand's like, Alana's right there. He's pointing with the flute. He's like,
So-
she's coming any minute now. Min like all like, she's like, well, I'm gonna look like we just fucked. I'm gonna get all on the bed, be all kind of like snuggly. Oh yeah, Rand, this is so great. Because there was a knock on the door, and Rand like mouths Alana. And she gets in bed, but guess who pops in? Cadswain and Alana, and she's like, "Ah, man, I didn't want to look like that in front of Cadswain. That's embarrassing. I wanted to whore out in front of Alana, not Cadswain."
Did you notice this quote of Rand, like Big Pimpin', where he's like, "Oh, thank God I brought enough gold with me when I left Carhine."
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't pay for anything these days.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, no, that kind of brings up a fun point. Like, Rand's changing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's a
What do
different-
you guys do? You like this Rand?
No.
Or do you feel sorry? What are your opinions on this Rand?
feels more like the Rand that I thought that Rand would be when I started reading the books.
In
Like-
what way?
Like a badass David Lynchian hero kind of character.
Uh,
Very like he's like very like suave. He's just getting laid all the time with these women now. And
David Lynch.
He knows
Who's
he-
David Lynch?
he's a film director. Twin Peaks,
Okay.
Mulholland Drive,
Blue Velvet.
Oh, Mulholland Drive. Okay.
Eraserhead.
What?
Eraserhead.
Top Gun.
Yes.
the
Is
prequel?
that David Lynch?
Avatar.
That's David Lynch?
No.
Okay. I'm looking at Josh for all the
No,
right
I'm just making
answers.
sure.
I'm looking at him going.
He's just crushing our mom.
Guys, this page,
Yeah.
this page 404, I have 4 things underlined. Let me go through them quickly. Okay, you give thumbs up or thumbs down. Okay, quote.
Let me get a thumb.
Okay, swallow me.
Yes.
Okay,
So good.
quote. Climbing onto the bed on her knees.
Always, always, always.
Okay.
Very sexy.
My favorite.
How I got this maybe.
Quote.
Maybe. I don't know.
I thought it was just makeup for the D&D sesh.
No.
No, that yeah. It's
I thought
too.
you were fully committed.
No, it's legit. I had Ryan give me a good handling for in preparation for the D&D sesh.
Oh no, I didn't know.
No,
No.
it was fun. It's a
it was a-
good story.
Yeah, it was a pre-sex accident.
Whoops.
Quote.
Okay.
Hair below your waist.
Yes, definitely always.
Okay.
Also,
and
I was
finally,
kissing up
quote. She mouthed Alana. What's his name?
I don't know if you can do name
She mouthed a lot.
because you did that. I think you have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm selective. Okay. There were 4 there. I'll claim them.
So good. You're funny.
So Catswain and Alana come in. Let's see. Oh, another one. Quote, Rand struggled with himself.
Drink.
Good one.
Okay. So,
If you hadn't, we'd have tied you up and done it anyway.
Oh,
I mean,
oh,
you're the
that's raunchy.
so he talks to Catswain. Catswain's like, "Oh, great, you're here. We found you. You can get all these sea folk and sisters off my back." He's like, "No, that can't happen. Keep them away, please." And she's like, "Finally, you get manners, you ruffian." She ends up.
Finally, she found the position she liked, lying half on top of him with one hand behind his neck and the other beside her face.
Oh Jesus! How did I not underline that? twice?
Seriously, where are these? Are we in chapter 25?
Yeah, page 404. This is all page 404, all of those.
Oh yeah, mine's different, but
Squirming around, she raised her head.
If she's a hermaphrodite,
Alana's mouth tightened.
Alana's mouth tightened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Oh.
Yeah, it did.
yeah, right when you wanted to.
He picked up the flute and toyed with it.
Okay. Wow, this
The
one
poem is
is
actually not changing how he laid. He picked up the flute and toyed with it.
Oh,
Not
oh,
changing.
that's even better.
That's even better,
wow.
yeah. Rand finds out from Catswain that warders have been bonded as. Oh, I'm sorry. Ashaman have been bonded as warders. Like, why the fuck would they do that? She's like, ask him yourself, dummy. I don't know. Hey, I got to peace out, Min. Why don't you come with me? Min is like, okay. And then it's just Alana and Rand, and she's like, first things first. What the hell did you do? Like, I don't know, like a week ago or something?
She was passed out for 3 days.
This thing fucked me up. What did you do? He's like, well, I figured if someone was going to bond me, I'd rather someone ask first. And she's like, what? Someone bonded you? I'll kill the bitch. I'll kill the bitch. Give me a name. He doesn't.
She tried to hit him.
She does.
Right.
Yeah.
He grabs her wrist and I've been slapped enough today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't even mention Catswain fucking clobbered him.
Oh, that's right. She did slap him. There's just too much, Ryan. She asked if she could give the bond to Catswain, and Catswain probably slapped her.
Mm-hmm.
Said, how dare you?
Do you think it's like a backhand?
I do. I think she might have many chunky rings on
The
too.
classic B slap?
You know? She just gets real close, like she's gonna just say something insulting, and then she goes,
Wow! Yeah.
yeah. And he goes flying across the room. My fantasy.
We learned that Catswain has taught Alana to travel. This is getting lost talent is becoming more and more passed on, it seems. Right? You guys getting that impression?
Which part? I'm
If
sorry.
Alana knows, then everyone knows. She's a blabber now.
I don't know that I get. I don't know. I
Well,
just know
it was
everything's
something that
fine.
no one could do.
Travel?
It was something no one could do. And now, I mean, how many people can do it?
Well, he doesn't know, but only in theory, only the two of them have been taught. I mean, that's the implication it gives, right? We know how Catswain found out about it. It was from the wise ones.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The kin, no. Ashaman, obviously, no.
I don't think the kin knew.
I think there's kin. Aren't there kin people that make gateways?
Maybe now. I
Yeah,
don't
that's what I'm
think
talking about
before.
now. Like, how many people now know how to travel? Like
So
a
really.
bunch. Anyways. Anywho. Let's see. There's also news that Damer has discovered a way to heal being stilled. All the
That's what Nynaeve did.
go ahead.
I mean, it's what Nynaeve did too, right?
Yeah, but I guess he can do it on the reg.
Right. She did it at first to a man, right? And now there's a man who can do it to women.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
It's interesting. I don't know what the implications of that are for the magic system.
Yeah, this whole thing is getting very incestuous.
Yes. Correct. It's like Pirates of the Caribbean films where like everyone ends up being the son or daughter of like two people who's like important.
right.
And you're like, what the fuck is going on? And are they actually brothers and sisters now?
Well, I'll wear bells in the blight if that's true. I don't know. That's a funny phrase though. Let's see. So she's trying to talk sense to him. She's like, "You need the Aes Sedai. You don't trust us, but you need us." It says, "Quote: Without it, you will have to conquer every nation. Not everyone likes Dobrain being named your steward. A good many might go to Torm Riedlin. Hilo Darlin is snug in the stone, but the rebels haven't come streaming out of the Hadmark to support him." So there's all kinds of like tenuous grasps that he's going on. And as for Andor, Elaine Tracan might say she will support you when she has the throne, but she has maneuvered your soldiers out of Camelin. He's like, all right, noted. Go back to Kyrian. I'll let you know when I want to talk to you. She gets bummed, but that's what it is. He has the thought like, so Alana is dealing with shit because he's having sex now. And like he can't have private moments. And it says here, quote, he hoped Elaine and Avienda masked the bond when they were when he was making love with Min.
Nope.
He said when the two of them were together, that no one else existed except her. Go ahead.
Guys, let's break it down. Do you think they're masking or are they enjoying it?
They are definitely not masking. They're getting oosquide.
Oosquide.
Oosquide. And so do they? All right, I'll be delicate about it. But let's say there's like on a scale of 1 to 5, like
delicate about something.
When Min hits 5, do the other girls kind of hit 5 too? Like
remember, it's different for Min than it is for Avienda and Elaine, and we've talked about this, right? Avienda and Elaine are joined as sisters first, then to Min, then to Rand.
Yeah.
No, Dan, it's much like.
Do they all finish? Do they all get the O? Is what I
No,
meant.
it's much like a Bluetooth vibrator, Dan. You have the app anywhere in the world you could control it.
So yeah, they all get the
That's
O.
good.
No, I
That's
don't think they
solid.
all work
That's
as
a solid.
a
Yeah, that's solid.
They're not. You think they do? You
What?
think if
Maybe
Rand
no.
are fucking that the other two have orgasms at the same time?
I wish that for them, but no, I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, I don't think so.
No, they would have to be
really
like
fucking convenient, Dan. They're like walking through the village. Elaine's like in a meeting with dignitaries, and she's
She's like, oh my gosh, these are things. Oh my god, these
It's
are
a-
really good things.
She's just gripping the table.
Yeah, like she just starts screaming. And
it's
stuff.
when Harry met Sally.
Okay.
Yeah, she's just orgasming in the middle of every public place.
You love power and sex, Dan. the one power and sex. That's your thing.
No, I'm just wondering.
No. I choose to believe my headcanon is that if they want to tune in, right, they got a little alone time, and then they want to tune in, then they can enjoy it. If not, they can just turn that shit out.
It didn't look to me like Avienda or Nin were able to tune it out when Elaine and him were fucking.
Yeah, like tuning
Unless they get
Tokyo
better at
style or what?
No, she's got to learn how to do it. Like, mask that shit.
Aren't they
Yes,
stuffing like imaginary? What is it? Cloths
Stuffing
or
it
something
in their
around
ears?
head or in their ears? I feel
Yeah.
like in their ears.
Oh,
Yeah. What were they doing?
It's called the la 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 la
La,
chant.
la, la, la.
They put it in the handkerchief.
Anyway,
So at the end, he like tells her to fuck off. He's like, "You can come back here, but don't talk to me unless I talk to you." Got it? She's like, "Why did you come here? This is the worst. I hate it. I hate it. It's like going to a steading." He says, "Quote, maybe it isn't that bad for me." He lied. Go on, Alana. I've wasted enough time. So yeah, we still have. I guess it is still bad because he still gets dizzy. He still has Luce Theron yelling at him. So
yeah, I feel like he's getting like more negative in character overall. Solid point, Danielu. Solid point.
This reminded me of something we talked about too. Remember how we couldn't figure out how a man had channeled inside Farmading?
yeah, we were asking about that. Yeah,
I have a theory.
Go.
So-
Yeah.
If Moradin and Rand are somehow conjoined because of their crossing streams.
Yeah.
Cute.
And we see Rand get dizzy as if he used the one power in this chapter. You just brought it up, Dan. He has a fit, like he channeled. And he's like, he doesn't think about it too much. But as a reader, it's the exact same thing that happens when he channels. He gets dizzy and like falls out. So what if Moradin... God, the cane's distracting me. What if Moradin and Rand
Sorry.
being connected allows Rand to appear as if he channels, because when one or the other of them does something, it happens from the other too? Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
Does Moradin feel the orgasm? No, I'm just kidding. Does Moradin get dizzy? Do you think?
I think so. And it's obviously different than the Ta'Veren connection, and their Ta'Veren connection to Rand has gotten all weird since this happened too. When they think about Rand, they start seeing like rainbows and shit, and like getting all out of it.
Yeah. Dun 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 dun.
I don't know if Moradin, whatever, something. What if somehow whoever he's connected to, whatever is happening with him, is someone else channeling, and therefore he appears as though he's channeling because their spirits are connected or whatever, right? Like, and therefore it triggered the meter, even though no one can use the one power in the city. It triggered the meter because the other person channeled.
Josh, you're blowing my mind. I don't know if that's possible. It feels like a stretch, though.
It's a theory.
I don't. It's a theory. It's a good theory. I don't know if
I wish
I'm.
this is one of the places I could put a pin in and be like, I want to know what do I do after that I finish the last book, you know?
Right. It is. Does seem oxymoronic to have a city where you cannot feel the one source, but also have a ter'angreal that identifies when someone does channel in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
But maybe that came from an earlier time than whatever is stopping them.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
What if that was what was used to capture criminals in the time before the one power? Or maybe the thing that is the one power can shut off sometimes. And then they need the other thing as a backup. I mean, that's good systems engineering right there. And I'm a systems engineer. So,
That's a strong firewall? Is that what that is?
it's called redundancy and diversity.
Oh, good.
redundancy.
We're getting down to the nitty gritty.
System for detecting the one power. Spot on.
Yeah, you got it. You got it here. I feel like I have red lipstick.
I think
all
I just
over.
brought the nerd level of this show up way too high. I'm sorry.
Could you? No. Could you?
How dare you, John?
So
We're so high already.
they mentioned that the leadership of Farmatic has no concern for Aes Sedai, right? But couldn't like Aes Sedai just lob shit into the city using the power from like outside the city? I mean, on some level,
What
yeah.
happens to Balefire when it enters this ring? What happens to when you shoot Balefire into its setting? Does it work? If you
Ooh.
shot it from outside, would it stop at the perimeter?
Great question.
I have no fucking clue, and I doubt fucking we'll ever know because I
Homie
don't know if
died.
the magic system is that well sussed out. But I would love to know the answer.
He's a sussy little bitch, isn't he? He's got so many things that are very, very sussy. There's just so little to. No, not
Okay.
you are.
Well, I
for
do.
Sure.
I do.
We
like
already
his-
know this about you, Josh. But Robert Jordan is also as well, right? Because like
Yeah.
the way that this is written is just very complicated, as you're saying, and like maybe we'll never know the answers.
I mean, it's not about
That makes me sick a little bit to my stomach that we might never know these things.
Some of these things,
Star
yeah.
Trek universe or there. I mean, maybe in one of the games, someone developed the answer to this. Wheel of Time role-playing game, physics engine, maybe.
Honestly, that D&D game today blew my mind hole right out the water.
Mhm.
That was
Mhm.
that was super fun. That was fun. Twatcast, everybody. D&D Tuesdays before
Joe
the show.
here? Joe, are you here? Hello? If you are.
Oh, also earlier,
Yeah.
someone made a joke about Magic the Fappening, and then fucking Josh pulls out a deck like right on his desk.
Nice.
Already on.
So yeah, a little known secret. Hugest Magic fan I know is Josh over there. If you meet up with him at JordanCon, he'll probably play you Magic.
I'll have decks with me.
Ditch to Jordan Con.
It's like
Fun.
Rails of Coke and Madden. I mean, not Madden. Magic
No.
the Gathering.
Also not
And
Coke.
Are we playing Xbox on this thing?
Definitely speedballs. So come prepared or don't come at all. I'm kidding. Kidding.
So we it ends with Rand fingering his flute. He's sat fingering the flute. And he says that he has to make Cadsuane interested.
I thought you were going to say something very different then.
Well, fucking Varen was going to kill Cadsuane if she didn't say the right thing.
Right, so we jump to a Varen point of view where they're walking. Varen makes some tea. She asks Cadsuane about Rand. There is a couple drinking obligations, but she mostly just asks.
This is part of the first chapter.
He says, Varen, he can do whatever his heart desires, anything at all, as long as he lives to reach Tarmogoyf, and as long as I can be at his side long enough to make him learn how to laugh again and cry. He's turning into a stone, Varen, and if he doesn't relearn that he's human, winning the last battle may not be much better than losing. So that's pretty much what she says, and Varen like puts her poison away.
Okay, so a couple of things here. First off, Alana's a chatty, very different woman when she doesn't have access to the one power.
Okay.
Think about how different it is for these Aes Sedai. They're sitting in a steading.
Yeah.
They can't access the power. They don't know what it's not available to them. So they're acting as actual human beings right now that don't have a superiority complex.
Well, I
Sorry,
mean, Cadsuane did just slap Rand in the face.
Yeah, I mean, they acted their part, but now they're with each other behind closed doors knitting.
Mm.
Right, and you make a good point.
In the case of Varen, which is fucking beautiful.
Well, even a stronger point, Josh, is that Elsa is pretty much yelling at Cadsuane.
Right.
She's like, where is Alana? You just let her go? That's our only link to Rand. What the fuck are you doing? And Cadsuane's like, chill out, girl. Just take a chill pill, Bill.
And it's funny because we saw Varen act at the end of the last chapter where she pretends to be a different Aes Sedai and gets like led back behind the scenes so that they can find out more information from her. And here she is at the end of this chapter acting again. She's like, "Do you take honey?" She asked in her most muddled voice I can never remember. Like literally playing a role one chapter later at the very end of the chapter again. I just love that mirroring.
Yeah.
There. But again, it's okay. Where do you stand on Varen? Good or bad? Dark friend or not? Do you trust her? Whose side is she on here when she decides not to kill Cadsuane?
So I had a couple of thoughts on this, actually, Josh. So I'm glad you asked, because I was concerned. I don't know. I don't know if concerned is actually the right word, but I was like confused, as I typically am. But I was trying to figure out which one was the actual motive for like this whole thing happening and going down. And I thought maybe it was because maybe she didn't pull out like whatever it was that was in the vial, because Cadsuane told her that Min said that she was an important piece of Rand's story, right? So like, is that just the only reason that she's like meant to, hey Reese, hey. Is that the only reason that she's like meant to be there, and Varen was spared her because it's like, hey, well, Min said that you're supposed to be a part of Rand's story, so I'm going to trust that? Or is it that she was going to be extra like forthcoming, and Varen saw an opportunity, so she said, oh, well, I'm just going to like put this away, and then if she doesn't tell me everything I need to know, then I'll use it later, and maybe it's like truth serum, but I don't know what's in the vial, so maybe it's like poison, and deathly poison. It could be that, or it could be like compulsion-y type, I don't know, shit. You know, like it could be truth serum stuff, which is what I was leaning towards, like more of a truth serum aspect. And I think that could be that like Cadsuane was in a particular mood and she had more to say, and she was ready to say more as well. And she's like, oh my goodness, I'm sharing so much. Twatcast. and then you know, I don't know.
So that's interesting, Josh. You thought that everyone's being chatty because they're without the power. Do you think Cadsuane could have, like, who's playing who here?
Who's playing?
Yeah.
And if she
is Varen playing? I love how it's written. She said the paragraph starts with taking her time. Varen tipped the teapot to pour it, right? But taking her time can be read to mean she's taking her time moving through this thing. And the last sentence of that paragraph is, if it's something dangerous, perhaps we should try to stop him, which is an implied question to Cadsuane. And here Cadsuane responds, Varen, he can do whatever, right? And then we see her take away, presumably, the poison that she has. Again, we don't know. Was she going to kill her? If Cadsuane had said, we need to stop him, would she have just killed her right there? When she couldn't channel? That was her moment of vulnerability. They're in the room together. She's surprised when Cadsuane asks her to make tea.
Yeah.
Unprotected.
And then she's surprised. She's also like, if you ever finish that cup of tea.
Right.
Like, there's an implication of like, if you ever finish that shit, like maybe I'll tell you something more. And so it's almost like Cadsuane knows that this is something of an intention of Varen's, and maybe can already knew these things, because she seems to just be like a know-all, be-all, see-all, tell-all, if not all, but important shit. Anyway, yeah.
I don't think it's about her filling. It's about her filling her own cup.
It says, quote, it seems to be, I seem to be in a confiding mood tonight. Unusual for me. If you ever finish pouring that tea, I may confide some more.
And it says, oh, yes, of course, hastily filling a second cup. She'd already filled the first cup. And Cadsuane's like, if you ever finish pouring that tea, i.e. for yourself. Now, is that suspicion? Or is that an invitation to sit down and be chatty? Is it both? Who's in power at the moment?
It's really hard to tell. It's such a short, it's like a page and a half.
And if she dosed that tea, would Cadsuane have drinking it? Like, was she?
If Varen hadn't poured herself a cup, would Cadsuane have thought she had dosed it? Was she going to wait for Varen to drink before drinking it herself?
Oh, you think it
Did
was like
she
a, it was
already
like
dose the
a
first
Princess
cup?
Bride thing?
Yeah, Princess Bride thing. Or
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think Varen
Yes!
has mentioned in the past that Cat Swain won't let anyone near her tea. Like she's suspicious of it. And then she literally invites Varen to make tea for both of them, as if to present her with the opportunity. So again,
Yeah.
you can read it
Mhm.
so many different ways. It's written so like vaguely, well, concise but vague, right? Like
Uh-huh.
it leaves you definitely open to all of these different power dynamics and possibilities for what's going on in the subtext and like who's playing who and like what side is each of them on. Because if Cadsuane is truly a dark friend, she could just be straight up lying to Varen. Is Varen trying to protect Rand? Or does she have ulterior motives?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your gut?
You know?
What's your gut say?
I've said for a long time that I think Varen is, if not turned, then under their thumb. Like she's
duplicitous
She's
for
leveraged.
sure, right? Like it's the least.
She's leveraged, like a mafia informant, right? Like at a minimum to the dark. Now, I think she has everyone's best interest. She has her own. Is she a blue and brown coat? Blue and a brown coat? Does she have her own, like Moiraine, her own mission? Like Moiraine and Swan were totally like using Rand to their own benefit, like a pawn piece, right?
Wait, you said blue and a brown coat?
Is she a blue Aja hiding in a brown coat? A brown shawl?
Yeah, blue being like mission driven, like crusaders. Is she a
Right,
crusader?
no, I understand. I just was confused with the like maybe. Anyways, yes, I got it.
No, I mean-
I'm very visual, so in my head I went. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I just did something stupid in my brain where I'm like, wait, a blue and a brown. So I imagined a blue and a brown, like stripy coat. I'm like, wait, when did that happen? Anyways, yeah, so no, not important. Continue, please.
Is there anything else in chapter 25 that we wanted to talk on?
Men seemed alive inside him. Sorry. Although that's weird.
No, I think that counts.
No, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or Pinky's throbbing, anyways.
They're very modern. Pinky?
They're very, very progressive.
Just
Let's jump to chapter 26.
Oh, you're scaring me.
It's called Expectation. It is an Elaine chapter, and she is meeting with Egwene in Tel'aran'rhiod. Yep. They meet in the Two Rivers, and the Two Rivers has changed, man. There's a Starbucks. There's a Chipotle. There's a
Urban Outfitters.
Benihana, but not a Benihana, just like a hibachi place. What's that?
And Urban Outfitters.
Urban Outfitters. There's a
Mhm.
Ross where everyone just tries on clothes and throws it on the floor if it doesn't fit.
There's a Fredericks of Hollywood
All right, guys.
Frederick-
where nobody goes ever.
There's a
Apparently.
horn. Yeah, there's a.
We love when Chad plays along. Yes, we'll drink to that.
Nudes.
Yes. No.
All live, all nude. Nudes on ice. So
Strung up
yeah,
for a judicial flogging. I don't think we got that one. I'm sorry. I had one more.
what is it?
Strung
Signed.
up for a judicial flogging.
Okay. So yeah,
Stuff
like
at it.
how do you want to be flogged? Maybe we should ask Toby.
Judiciously.
Toby, do you want to be judiciously flogged, or what other words?
Oh, not judicious.
I know judicial is even weirder,
It does. Yeah, not.
but whatever.
Judicial means that
Laws, Brian.
it's like a punish. It's like you've been sentenced to the flogging if it's judicial.
No. It's the meta punishment.
So she talks to Egwene. Egwene is a little emo about the whole thing. She's like, hey, do you want some of my troops? And Elaine's like, no, I don't need your troops. You keep your troops. I'll make my own troops. And then Egwin's like, all right, hey, if you know where Rand's going, you have to fucking tell me. She's like, I'll do what I can. I don't know. You're not my boss. And then she's like,
I do what I want.
She says, sleep well and have pleasant dreams, Elaine. Pleasant dreams are more valuable than people realize. And she bolts. It's like, emo. Anyways, we did have the drinking obligation is, quote, a damp spot on their dresses.
Oh,
I don't know.
nice.
I don't
Like
know.
Nice.
Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah.
Ryan, that wasn't even sex.
That joke is so timely and so awesome.
Thank you.
That was
Thank you.
really good. That was really good.
Quote,
We did not engage in
she
sexual-
prodded that rock hard knot.
Banners appeared atop the flagpoles.
So Elaine jumps back into her body. She's like, oh shit, it's dawn already. Avienda is going to kick me for sleeping in already. She has like salt in her eyes. She's like,
Can we just say how fucked up it is that like now this 18-year-old girl has been turned into Swan Sanche, and she sounds quote like the Amerlin Seat.
Oh, I didn't think about that at all.
Dude, like her youth just like ripped away from it. It's such classic patriarchy. This book. Rand's off literally getting fucked by 3 women, and the woman who's carrying everything on her fucking back is literally like having her childhood stripped away from her and like thrown into a fucking position of power. It's just such fucking bullshit.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you.
Really pisses me off.
That was really important to say. Thank you. Yeah, it's really kind of frustrating, isn't it? Yeah. That was good. That was really cute. Cute Charlie Brown.
New Bella.
I like the new Bella. The Schroeder inspired Bella.
Yeah.
Cute. That was fun.
You know what? If I was in the Peanuts gang, I would be like Lucy. I would just be leaning on his piano, just like waiting for him to look at me. He's handsome. He's smart. I mean, he's a prodigy. What is he, 8? And he's fucking killing it. Yeah. No,
No,
I
it's-
would want his
yeah.
age. Sure.
Dan, be careful what you ask for.
I will
Kate
take
Snice does that. I play bass and she lies on top of the bass and it becomes virtually unplayable. You're a drummer. You want your lady just lying on top of your drum?
No, I would
They'll
just
muffle all the drums.
I'm not as good on the drums as Schroeder is on the piano.
We love you, Matt Stagger. Matt Stagger, we hope you're doing well. We love you.
I was gonna do the actual Charlie Brown theme song, but I thought that would not bode well.
No, that's copyrighted.
Oh,
no. We find out, guys, quote, she did not feel with child, no matter what Min had told Alvienda, but Min had told Birgitte too.
Oh, sorry.
Once the 3 of them began getting drunk.
Sorry.
So
Wrong.
Min-
Wrong.
Elaine can't tell she's pregnant, but Min's like, yep, I see it in your visions, your auras.
Yeah, her visions.
You're with babe. You're with the babe. And they start like instantly being like bossy big sisters.
Brother Dan, do you think she sees like little zygotes and she's like, what?
Yeah, she's yeah.
She has to look them up in a book. Like, what am I looking at?
Well, and I think when she looked at Rand, she saw little sperms like going away and entering egg.
No, she just saw Rand going, "Whoop, where's the egg?
Little
Where's
Rand
the egg? Whoop, whoop, whoop."
Doing the worm.
Anyway.
Shit. Why didn't they call the worm the sperm?
the sperm?
Oh,
That's good.
yeah.
So
We should
she's
change
hanging
it.
out with Captain Millar. Captain Millar, the rumors are is Captain Millar's baby that he gave it. Oh yeah, I gave it to my boss. And she knows it's silly. She knows she's got Rand semen in
Oh,
her. but
remember, Captain Millar is actually the smarmy dark friend.
he's the one who saved her life from an
Right,
attack.
but he paid them off, or like those were hired. The goons were hired by the same person who runs him, and he's a dark friend, and he's smarmy. We know he like Millard fucks.
Yeah.
Huh? What?
Millar fucks
Yeah,
whether
yeah,
whether
yeah.
you say okay or not.
He likes to fuck. It's no.
Okay. Jesus. Okay. Everyone has these hashtag Tom fucks shirts at JordanCon. Yeah,
Do
yeah.
they?
Or maybe not hashtag it.
Oh,
It'll just be like Tom fucks. Yeah. Now it's Millar fucks. That's
Millard
amazing.
does fuck.
Millar does fuck. Yeah. Yeah.
Merch.
And apparently raw dogs, because they're like,
yeah.
oh, he's got another baby. And that's just fine with Elaine because she doesn't want the danger or the hassle of there being like, oh, is that Rand's
But
special?
why is Millard playing it wrong when he knows that they haven't fucked? Like, he's not a dumbass. Like, he knows he hasn't put his penis inside Elaine. Like, so like the whole thing is just suspicious. I'll shut up.
You're right. It is suspicious, but it feels like there's something. Yeah, and yes, and it feels
Well,
like there's like not a lot that can be done about it.
It's all game. It's all game houses shit. He's like getting like, he does
They-
locker room talk with his buddies. He's like, oh man, she was so great. I just grabbed her by, and it was great because I'm, Millar. The
She was
great.
like, I may even let him pinch my bottom to let the rest of the, my people think
Yeah.
that maybe that's his baby and it'll be fine because
Okay,
I'm
yes.
just really worried about them knowing that it's
Can you
Rand.
imagine just walking by a creeper hoping he may just do creeper shit so that everyone will be
No.
like, oh, yep, there it is.
Yeah, right? You'd be like, oh, yep, see, this is his baby.
I love
and they
it
just have to
when
be this weirdo the whole time. Elaine is.
Fuck the queen.
I love it when Dan Luke cusses.
I do too. I do too.
It's like I feel like over the years it's happening more and more.
It's like the passion, like you can,
We lived
He
our
was
rat.
Valar's
You
street
damn
cred.
you can hear the voice.
all
So
The
they're all
family
hanging-
jewels.
they're all hanging, and they hear that Morel is coming back. And Morel went to go scout. She comes back and she's like, "Oh, there's water." No, I'm just kidding. She said that there's 4 big armies of Borderlanders just like over there. And I told them you were gonna come and talk to him. She's like, "Perfect. We're gonna go. We're going today. We're going now." And that's pretty much how it ends. I mean, this is a prep chapter. We do learn that she is pregnant, or at least Min says she's pregnant. She doesn't feel it, which is, I mean, that's kind of a bummer. It's like, you know what? It's like, yeah, at least have you're like, oh, I'm barfing. I don't know. You kind of want, you don't want to be told you're pregnant before you even know or feel it, right? I mean, that's kind of sucky. That's an early prognosis. I don't know. I maybe you want to know that day, but I don't think I would. What do you think, Ryan? Would you want to know the very second you became pregnant? Like that morning, the next morning, someone says, "Yep, that egg is
Oh
swollen."
yeah. Yes, absolutely. I think that type of I think you could instantly start taking care of yourself.
No, I think you get that
No!
4-week period, man.
That's
4-week
ruining.
period where you can smoke
It's
cigars and
horrifying.
still go to Cabo.
I hate you.
You're just mansplaining.
Yeah,
no, go on.
this is the worst.
I mean-
the worst.
We're gonna
I honestly, okay, hold on a second.
You're like,
hold
well,
on a fucking
I'm
hot sec.
Hey, he's got 5 kids. He put his woman through a lot.
Yeah, no, I'm a part of it.
Like, go on, Layla. I mean, whoops.
Layla, hi. Hi.
Everyone-
Hi.
Good
All
That's
of them even just let the two of them talk for a minute on screen.
Wow. Whoops.
Freudian slip.
What was I gonna say?
I don't remember.
We're talking
What are
about
we talking
menstruation.
about?
No, I'm just kidding.
What
All right,
happened?
so, yeah, so she knows she's pregnant.
Oh yeah, no, this was super manly stuff. I was really disappointed to hear this because honestly, I feel like Robert Jordan writes women's perspectives
Poorly.
incredibly poorly most of the time, but there are certain times where I think he really like grasps it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's like a Harriet or who or what that is. If that's like an influence of something
Sure.
beyond. Oh my god, my fucking puppy is such an asshole. He's sweet. Sweetheart. Anyways. But yeah, this was weird. This was weird because I thought he did it actually like an interesting job of this, and it's difficult to like put into words what that can feel like. And I actually did want to throw a question out to the audience. Sorry, my puppy is currently attacking my daughter, so that's fun. Just like about the way that this all coalesced for anybody, any woman, any parent, anybody. And Dan, you guys can like, what does this feel like for you to have described having felt this way in a way that like can't be? I don't know. Anyways, I don't know what I'm trying to ask.
So we found out that
I want to understand. No,
Hi,
Yeah,
Dad.
translate.
I don't know. What are you asking?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I mean mostly like okay, I think it's like I tried to include men and it didn't work. So what is it actually like for a woman? Like did you feel like this was doing this any justice in this way of like
What is this?
what it's like to find out that you're pregnant and the things that you have to immediately consider as a woman, and let alone like this woman who is in major power here. Sure, her first thoughts are about she's not going to have a boy first, and if she has a boy first, what does that mean? Because he'll be tossed aside, and then the girl is the only one that can actually like rule this land that she loves and has been very passionate about this whole time. You know, it's just
But why?
there are these things to consider as a woman that you don't always know you're considering until you're all of a sudden, oh my god, fuck, okay, well yay, fuck, maybe, I don't know. All these anxieties though are happening, and it's just a lot. Sorry.
This brings up for
No,
me,
that's great.
like,
Yeah.
she's not she doesn't have enough forward vision. Like if Elaine could think 5 years into the future right now, she would realize Tarmin Geithner bust, Rand's either fucking dead and the world is over, or they're ruling the entire country because there are no more borders because Rand raised up all of Randland in his favor to beat Tarmin Geithner, right? Like she has no vision here. Like these things are so unimportant. Who's going to be the heir to the throne of Camelin?
But it's not important though, Josh, because these are actually no. These are actually important things that women think about when you suddenly realize you're
denying it in the case of this specific book. Shit either goes to the end of the world and there is no more Camelin one way or another, either because Rand won and they're all united under the banner of the dragon, or Rand lost and the Dark One won and the world is the fucking apocalypse.
But she's not considering those things.
I know.
I know. That's
She didn't take that in. And that's not part of her thought process. I guess that's probably your point about this.
Yes.
I'm guessing. Okay. But that's not my point about this.
I'm not denying your point. I'm just saying take
Okay.
it even a step further and look at it this way. Like, I hear you.
No. I'm putting myself in Elaine's shoes at this moment just to give perspective, and saying that it's just really difficult for any woman to be like, oh yeah, I can see even fucking a week down the road, let alone like this far down. And the only thing you think of are the big picture items, which I know you're trying to illustrate, but I don't think that that's like what happens for a woman. They're just like, oh my God, it's going to be a boy or a girl. And that's going to matter every fucking thing.
Right.
That's going to matter everything to me. Like,
Okay.
and that, anyway.
I totally appreciate you telling us that.
Right.
That's
And I think
very well as a women's perspective.
where I was coming from was from a somewhat personal point of view. We found out less than 2 weeks after we were married that Grace was pregnant. She went to the doctor because she got whiplash on our honeymoon, and they said, "Oh, here, take this unless you think you might be pregnant." And she's like, "Well, I just had a sex fest."
I forgot about that.
And so we
you
didn't
gave her
have like
whiplash.
that period at all. So we did feel like we were like, dang it, we wish we didn't know quite right then. Like both of us did. We were like, man, we just got married. We were just we take care of ourselves and stuff, but like we wanted that little period. And I guess so that's, I guess, especially when you're Elaine and you have all these mother hens around you, just like telling you what to do and changing your food without your permission. Like being like, oh, is that wine in your cup? All that shit. It's like she's got enough on her plate and she has to deal with these things and now have to deal with like all these people now because they know she's pregnant like 4 days after it happened or whatever. It's just dumb. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So
that's an amazing story. I love that story, Dan. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. No, so that's why I'm like, yeah. Do you think it's cool would you want to know that very second? Or I guess most people would, but I don't know. In our circumstance, we kind of wanted just maybe
a minute,
a couple weeks just to be married before we were expecting,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But also to Josh's point, Elaine is she's young. She's young as shit, and she makes rash decisions that we've seen so far. So,
and she's got a lot of shit on her plate right now. We can see. She's
little bee
because she's partying with Egwin in Teleradio.
Also, the big thing that stood out to me on this whole Elaine is pregnant piece of the situation was like, oh my God, she is still the selfish little cunt that she always was. She cannot wait for her to get morning sickness so that she can just share it with anybody, which means Brigitte, And she mentions this, and it's just like, what?
That's so harsh.
I was like feeling sorry for Elaine and feeling like, fuck, this woman has so much she's going through now. And then she's like, God, I just wish I could just fucking get to the morning sickness part already so that somebody else could go through this with me.
So so they can know my misery. Well, and that raises a good point. We don't know about Waters with pregnant Aes Sedai because we don't hear about Aes Sedai becoming pregnant. What effect does this have? Well, if a woman has hormonal surges, will these?
No,
for real. No, this is no. I mean, is there? No, Ryan.
I'm kidding.
Dan.
No, sure. I'm mansplaining, I guess, but I do have 5 children. I do have 5 children. I have essentially been a warder without the feeling.
Are you a female and vice president or running for president?
Do they feel it? Do they get cravings?
Are we supposed to take your hormones into consideration when we're wanting to make you into an authoritative figure? We need to take your hormones into consideration. Little babies.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure this is. I mean, that's a valid reaction, I suppose. It's not my preferred way to see what I'm saying.
Like
I
they're
mean,
just,
I-
they're just. Are they gonna? The question is, are they gonna compel everyone around them to get them ice cream and pickles?
Pickles and ice cream. Are they all gonna want? Are they all gonna have cravings?
I hope so. I can only hope that they would give everybody the ability to go always fetch them some ice cream and pickles.
No, but okay. So, but
That's what we're asking. I don't know.
to your point though,
Sorry,
I
I lost
imagine there must be some sort of extra effort to concentrate and do the kind of like opening the rosebud bullshit they have to do to like channel. I imagine if you are going through like huge bodily changes, you just have to do a little bit of extra effort. I don't think it's insurmountable.
A little bit? Just a bit, just a wee bit, just a smidge bit more effort to do the normal things that you do on a normal basis in
Oh
normal
Jesus, I
daily
can't
life.
win.
You have a
No,
female.
I was-
I'm so sorry.
Here's where we're
I was so.
Yeah. I love you guys though. I'm just gonna take care of my daughter. I'll be right back.
No, by all means.
Oh, that's
I
great.
thought this was one of the rare moments where Robert Jordan wrote a woman well. Was like when Elaine like has these food cravings, and then she finds herself wishing that she could curse Brigitte with her stomach pains. Like I actually thought that was kind of
It's funny.
revealing. But Elaine, like, so why do Aes Sedai not get pregnant normally? And are they using the one power to do that? And how is it that Elaine got pregnant, if that's the case?
And are
If
her
it's
children
not intentional? Why did Elaine not know about it? I guess she hasn't been through the tower. That's one reason. But no one thought, no, like, kind Auntie Aes Sedai thought to say, hey, if you want to not get pregnant while you're fucking as an Aes Sedai, here's how you do it. Like, the whole time she was in the tower?
My auntie Aes Sedai
No, that
told
was-
me, don't fuck the common boy.
That's year
You
two.
might
yes.
end up with a... Anyway.
I just wonder, like, so why is it that an Aes Sedai don't get pregnant? And how is it that she did if that is not something that they have to do automatically, you know, manually? And if it is something they have to do manually, how did they learn it? And why does she not know it? And why is she surprised she got pregnant if she did know it and she decided not to do it? When
All right, yeah. So Daylin comes in.
These are all
She-
good questions, I feel like.
She chose not to take the Heartleaf tea. I would not have remembered the name. I knew there's some sort of weird tea.
Okay, and she says this in the chapter? Okay, cool. Well, then,
I don't remember if we
I-
did. Yeah.
Toast and rice.
What's
Dana
the
Will.
what is the
That's
tea
amazing.
that what tea do Aes Sedai drink to pass drug tests?
I would imagine the same fucking thing. I'm kidding. Sorry.
I thought
Usually
that would
cleans
get,
up the
I thought that would
system.
get down. He's
Apple cider vinegar. I think, right? I
He came
quote,
in with the last second.
announcing that I'm coming and I don't come.
Love it. Yes. Drank. Drank.
So this is Elaine traveling. We're on chapter 27 to surprise queens and kings. And this is Elaine traveling to those Borderlanders that we heard about. They know that she's coming. She shows up and she's got them all there. Here is, let's see. I have them here. Let's see. There's Hathar of Arafel. There's Ethanel of Kandor. There's Tenobia of Saldea. And there's Isar of Shinar. Everyone's old except for Tenobia. It seems. And Elaine shows up with Birgitta and Avienda. Introduces her, Avienda as her sister, and Birgitta as her warder. Both are pretty weird to hear because obviously Elaine Trakand of House Trakand doesn't have an Aiel sister. What? And a female warder? What? I digress. She pretty much says, "Hey," they're like, "Hey, we want to talk to Rand." They're like, and Elaine says, "It would probably be a good idea if you just keep going south. South being through Andor."
Yeah, it'd be a good idea if you just keep going south.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Down the happy trail.
She says, "Go quote, a search in Murandy will be profitable." But it seems like she wants them to go through Andor into Murandy, and that she will
Yum.
facilitate this as a leader per se, and it'll help justify her position to a certain degree. They're like, yeah, you're gonna go in there, you're gonna protect us. She's like, yeah, pretty much. There are a couple obligations here. I underlined real fast. One of them is my favorite that I've come across. So one was bed would be wonderful, which is pretty good.
Nice.
But my favorite one is big pump wagon.
Big pump wagon?
Big pump wagon.
That's okay. Oh, should we play the game where we guess what was hit before and after those status?
Sure.
I can't. Pump wagon. That's amazing.
Later, one of the big pump wagons rumbled in the other direction behind 8 running horses, its iron-shod wheels loud on the paving stones. Another fire somewhere.
I wish I had said
It's an old
my guess.
fireplace. Is a big pump wagon.
That's amazing.
Fire truck.
And is that from like Rand's invent at like college?
It's not the steam engine that we saw before. This is like more like a fire engine hand pump.
Big pump wagon.
Pump wagon. Yeah.
Okay.
It does. It could be one of the steam engines. But...
He bought it off eBay. He expected more from the result, so he gave it 3 stars.
So it turns out that she does well. The gray Aja that was there that didn't really say anything was like, this shit normally takes months. You did it in like 5 minutes. That was pretty awesome. Pretty great.
That feels like a drinking obligation.
Pretty great. That
was supposed to take months, but you did it in 5 minutes.
They're like pretty much
Cheers.
You killed it, my man. When she gets back, she's super tired. Brigitte's like, you're so tired. She's like, oh, but Master Nori's there, and he's like, I need to talk to her. I guess apparently she fell asleep on a horse. Kay, do you think you could fall asleep on a horse?
On a horse, definitely. Sorry, Ryan's coming. Yeah, Layla needs some assistance. Yes, okay. I do think that like I know actually.
It depends. Swaying in her saddle, she rode wishing for her bed. It was a shock to realize that she was being lifted down from her saddle. Well, she opened eyes she did not remember closing and found herself being carried into the palace in Brigitte's arms.
If you're on it long enough and there's like a same rhythm, I think that it could be just like.
How do you not fall though?
Da-dunk, da-dunk, da-dunk. I don't know. I mean, I guess your legs are strapped. You strap your legs in really well, and your waist, and then you can just kind of slump. That way and be like,
maybe you just lay down on its back
as it rides through the wilderness.
I could see it being hypnotic. I could see you nodding off. I can't see you falling asleep though. Like I would think when you fall asleep, when your head goes back and you do that jerk, you're up like 6 feet. You're gonna fall.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. First off, okay, no, this is a well-known fact. Horses sleep standing up. Cowboys sleep on the horses.
Could you fall asleep on a horse while riding a horse slowly?
I'm not a cowboy. Cowboys,
Elaine
you
isn't
just see,
either.
you see hundreds of them. Their silhouettes with their little hats, just sitting on top of the horses, sleeping.
Josh, could you fall asleep riding a horse, do you think?
Uh,
You'd fall off, right?
I think you could do it. As a cowboy.
Jeez, I know you could do
Right?
everything. I can't. I would
Josh
fall. I
can
would
do-
break a collarbone.
I think Josh could fall asleep.
You'd break
on
your
top of a horse.
coccyx.
On a horse? Oof, be tough.
I know. I'm just saying, if you're riding, Bella. Robot Adventures, indeed, huh? All right.
I'm here. I'm here.
I'm just thinking of Godfather when he just says that.
Let's see. So she talks to Master Nori. Master Nori says, quote, there are 4 small armies approaching Camelin from the east. They'll be here within a week, I fear. 20,000 men, maybe 30. She's like, who is it? He's like, I don't know. Not yet. But she's like, it doesn't matter. She said, all right, fine. Brigitte, mercenaries have 4 days to sign with the guard or they got to split. Same with like all the other people too. Whoever wants to leave before the siege begins should go now. She's expecting a siege. A siege is a battle plan in which you blockade a city from any things going in and out, and you eventually starve it to death until they have to like give up.
So, what do you think of this notion that she, sent off mercenaries?
Oh wait,
Okay.
no, that's not siege.
No, it's like, this is it just kind of dawned upon me right now. Like that might be just one of the dumbest fucking things ever do. Like you have mercenaries, and you're like, hey, if you don't sign up, you're out. And then where do they go? They go join the fucking armies that are just marching towards your city. What else are they gonna do?
But I think they also they're like, all right, well, all right, here's all our food. We're gonna have limited food for a while, so you guys fuck off unless you're gonna like join our group. Here's a drinking obligation. Whoever it was, they were coming, and now.
Okay, I remember that. Yeah.
Nice. Oh,
And that's
my
pretty much
book's
the end of
upside down.
Elaine. She has a city to defend. There's no time for sleep. No sleep till Camelin. Yeah, no time for sleep. No time for weariness. She had a city to defend.
Oh,
Okay, I like this.
Rage
Like-
Against the Machine.
Like for reals, like how annoying it's her. Like Elaine's inner dialogue, I think, is up to this point some of my least favorite. But this moment's fucking badass. Like I love that. I loved how she responded, and like holy shit,
How Elaine responded to what? Sorry.
news that their city is being invaded and that they're going to be there within a
Oh.
week.
Yeah, it says, at first light, Master Nori, I want you to begin buying all the foodstuffs you can find outside the walls and get it brought in. Brigitte, have the bannerman announcing the signing bounty. Add that mercenaries have 4 days to sign with the guard or they must leave the city, and have announcements made to the people too, Master Nori. Whoever wants to leave before the siege begins should go now. It will cut down the number of mounts we have to feed, and it might lead a few more men to enlist in the guards. She's instantly thinking, all right, numbers. If you
Power in
want to
numbers.
split, get the fuck out. I don't want to feed you anyways.
So, what did you like about this, Ryan?
Okay. Yeah. So, basically,
17-year-old.
she was passed out on a horse. She was straight riding a horse for 10 miles uphill both ways on a horse, falling asleep. And then she's getting carried into her bed. All she wants is her bed. She says it several times, And then she gets word that her city is going to get sieged by 4 different armies, and
Potentially siege.
and then she instantly goes into action
Queen mode.
and starts like making all these commands, and yeah.
Yeah, okay. So she goes into action and starts making all these demands of like feeding her people, and so you're proud of her for that?
I think he's just saying it's badass how she goes into queen mode, just like
Yeah.
boom.
Oh,
Since
yeah.
decades,
Why don't-
the entire mob.
Make decisions. Make a decision.
She can live up, unlike Rand, who's like stumbling his way through being a global leader. Here's a way she can like step up at the beck and call of the penny drop when shit goes down. Like she knows what to do.
Fair enough.
You disagree, it seems, which is fine. You can, but you know my opinions are my own.
Yeah, just like your asshole. Very unique and only yours.
Thank you.
Claim.
Are assholes like snowflakes?
Ooh,
They're
that's a good question.
All
That's
like
that's
are they
next
like
level.
thumbprints?
Falling from the sky? I hope not.
Like if you
Ever.
took like a butthole print, are they all individual?
I think so. Yeah, that's I think. I think.
I
so.
imagine
I don't know.
bleaching might have a problem.
Yeah, you can adjust the size of your butthole too. So
Really?
yeah.
I'm so glad
Training.
and so
What do you
proud
mean?
that
Hard
you
work?
both know this
Okay. Well.
is possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Training and hard
What
work.
else happens in stretching an asshole?
Anything else in chapter 27 that we want to talk about before we jump to Matt?
Okay. Look off.
I mean, you
further.
started that rabbit
Hey, so
asshole,
that-
Dan. I
whatever.
don't know what to do.
Just say it.
I'm leaving.
It's like a thumbprint.
I just want to call again attention to like what the women are doing versus what the men are doing. I mean, I get
Okay.
that Rand is like, sure, doing some stuff, but like Matt's literally out like gallivanting, being chased by women, getting cogged in the you know what by time. And like Avienda is assisting a queen. They're all Aes Sedai, fucking, you know, Egwene's
You are trying to piss me off.
Egwene's running the fucking
He's in a salty mood.
What is happening?
Elaine fucking
We're all getting it.
running a country.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so you're
Just
saying like
Elaine's just like doing her bestest.
Elaine's
And that, like
all
in
the
her
women are
little
killing it and
female
everything's
way,
on.
and Matt is like harrowing out and being like such a hero.
No, on the
The
contrary.
horn.
Women are being the heroes.
Woo,
no,
woo.
that's the
I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying the women are the ones who are running shit. And the
yeah.
men are
You
kinda, like,
missed the point.
fumbling around.
Then
Yeah.
I lost you at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know how
I have you all
you
though.
interpreted
Don't
that
matter.
in exactly the opposite way that I was saying it.
Hey,
but-
case I say, we stopped the gaslighting bit a long time ago. Maybe that's you didn't pick up that cue.
Wow, that still wasn't gaslighting, so I'm not sure that you know what that is still.
Remember, he's just using words he heard on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Hey, he's watched a lot of Love Is Blind lately, so who knows? Not by
You're
his
not supposed
own. He
Remember,
wasn't
Joe
like
Rogan
wanting
runs
to.
through sources of inspiration. We all know, right?
We know Ryan gets most of his knowledge from the Joe Rogan podcast for sure.
It's true.
He's
The Joe Rogan experience. Ryan has the alpha brain with his Cheerios.
Yep.
I watch middle school UFC. I travel to their dojos and I watch them fight.
Ryan also he watches shaved orangutan and looks at their musculature.
I thought you were going to say something else. Okay.
I thought so too. I was like,
Yeah, I was like,
I saw that
wow.
on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
Shaved
Wow.
orangutan. Look at that thing would tear you apart.
Okay, Dan, I like the beanie. I like it.
Thanks.
It's got a lot of pizzazz. Yeah, you have so much like personality happening
Oh.
without
Uh-huh.
facial expressions, which is always fun to see.
Fashion is really how
He's all
it's really how you wear it.
non-facial. Okay, that's good.
I like
I love
this. Joe Rogan instead of Joe.
Alpha brain.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
All right, chapter 28 is a Matt chapter. We're back, guys. We're back away from these difficult chapters. Matt. Called News in a
Difficult,
Cloth
difficult.
Sack.
Difficult women run chapters.
Just difficult.
I know I'm really on a roll. I'm sorry.
We know the women bear all
Sorry.
the burden
I
of
am
this fucking
No,
story.
get it off your chest. It's great.
Yeah, you have fierce eyes and strong withers.
sorry. I'm trying to get it off my chest. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm.
I
think I got this
don't
story
know what Josh, what is a wither?
A wither?
Yeah, what's strong withers?
I believe like bone.
Mither spelled upside down.
Is it Jonathan Withers,
I
brother?
thought it was like your structure, you know.
Hmm.
I don't know though. Let's look
Yeah, it says they're fine animals, sleek mares with arched necks and a delicate step, deep-chested,
It's a horse part.
geldings with fierce eyes and strong withers. I think it's like the
The highest part of a horse's back, lying at
Yeah, I
the
think. Oh, okay,
on the shoulder.
okay, it's like that part.
The height
Oh,
of the
you
horse-
beat me. I was searching on Bing.
Oh, it's so. I asked Jeeves, and Jeeves is like,
What, you
Yes,
guys have ChatGPT on tap? Another guest on the show so we can ask some annoying questions.
Wow,
So they,
there's so much like energy in this show. This might be our worst or best show. I can't tell.
it's always
You
the
can't.
coin toss, Ryan.
Sweetie cunt.
You can't tell. I love how
I'm so
Josh
mad
says
that you
Orlock.
sidelined my feminist criticism. My best feminist moment of the show with a fucking Bella, Ryan.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Guys,
Ryan.
I was like, you can't take that spotlight.
cheers.
You
Drink-
can't.
Drink to the new Bella.
You can't redeem yourself with some sort of like West Wing moment.
I'm
Oh, I
hungry.
drink to the new Bella.
Speak for yourself over there.
All right, so Matt is walking out with Tylen. Tylen is being so. Sarat says, "Hey, you know what's going to be awesome is we're gonna fly on that crazy flying monster, and I'm going to show you all the land you own, and it's going to take a fucking week. You got that? We can go 200 miles in one day, and it's still going to take a week. How you like them apples?" And she's like, "That's pretty cool." So they're going to go. There's a big procession to go out there. All the Damane, all the Solon. He sees that there's a couple Aes Sedai hanging out. One that's called Pura, who had been riding.
Prrrah, I think it is called. I think she was her name. Prrrah.
Wow.
Pura. And we learn also that Abu Dar is actually the biggest seaport maybe in the world. It's huge. It's known, the known world at least. It's funny they don't know some of the world, by the way. Go ahead.
Long gray fingered docks is a drinking obligation. Well, long gray fingers. Gross. Also gross.
Well said.
And drink. Okay.
That was a Zen Koan. Long gray fingers. Gross.
Mm,
What were you saying, Josh?
I just love how this comment by Matt about the other horses, the withers, implies that like they're all about image. That like the Shanshan, to him, the Shanshan are all about projection, and that not about substance, right?
It's interesting. He does say that Pips can take most of them in a sprint and all of them in a long race.
Yeah. All those pretty animals.
Mm.
I
Is
just
that,
love
is that a drinking obligation?
Oh, oh, I think so. I suppose.
Well, here's a drinking obligation, I think. Quote, the seaman climbed out.
Yep.
Before they were halfway to the docks, though, his leg was aching to the hip.
Drink.
The southernmost dock has been cleared of ships.
Quote, the throbbing leg.
I'm kidding.
North Harbor, South Harbor, yes.
Here, let me ASMR this one. The throbbing leg, he rode slowly. Thank you. Really?
I think I think that needed to happen. Yeah.
The
You needed to
throbbing
do ASMR
leg.
to try to.
The throbbing leg.
No
He
one said
rode
leg.
Okay. Well, you
Okay.
do if you're calling it a third leg, right?
The throbbing leg. I don't know.
Then
Come
if
on.
you're calling it if you ever refer to it as a third leg, then you're definitely gonna say, "Hey, that throbbing
All right.
leg."
Well, Strings Flame says a drink, so.
You ride
Oh,
slowly.
string
slowly.
flame.
Yeah, well,
It
Hey,
says,
decides
all right.
all my life choices, so I'm so glad he said.
Okay, I'm
Species.
not
No,
surprised.
They-
now chat's getting it.
Now chat's gonna get
We're
it
working
too.
through this. Ryan, we're all
Fuck
working
you.
through this.
I love you so much, all of you. I love you all so much. I don't talk shit to people I don't care about.
We hear that the golem is going to town on this town. One a day, it seems.
Yeah, he is.
His body's
Uh-huh.
being sucked dry. Gross.
Yep.
It's enough to give any man the gollywogs. By the
Will
way,
do.
gollywogs is crabs.
Gross. Not syphilis?
Uh-huh.
Okay, quote, he muttered fingering.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one
Thank
is.
But yeah, he's also, Noel is bringing him as much information as Tom is. Noel's kind of a cool guy. Noel's like, hey, did you hear there's some dude got his throat slit and there was no blood? Crazy, right?
Another super suspicious character.
Noel?
No, yeah.
Where are you leaning as far as Noel? So when you say suspicious,
It's the same things we talked about. There's nothing new in this
do
chapter.
you think he's a plant to try to get near Matt?
Whether he's a dark friend or being called by Taverin or just an outsider who like knows a good story and is getting in close.
Okay.
One of the three things.
Okay.
There was a way a man had of touching a weapon that said he was accustomed to using it.
Uh-huh.
Let's go.
You gotta love the part when he was talking about all the crazy stories he's mentioning,
Mm-hmm.
and that he's visited this such a far off place that no one's ever heard of, Shibuya. He goes, yeah, anyone who makes up stories like that gets tripped.
Shibuya.
Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
Shaboopy.
Yeah,
The girl that's hard to get.
Shibuya. Roll
Shibuya.
call.
Shibuya.
Shibuya.
The girl that's hard to get.
that's amazing.
I don't know. You guys-
Shibuya. Roll call. Shibuya.
Mm.
Anyway,
Um,
I thought we could intersect that. But never mind.
Yeah, no, I was doing what is it? The Music Man.
Yeah,
There's a-
you're doing
There's a
something
song
different,
called
but it's really funny.
Shaboopy.
I know.
I like Shibuya.
I don't know the Music Fan version.
Shibuya.
I mean-
He visited Shibuya. Yeah. All
Golly.
I heard was like roll call every
That
time.
song, yeah.
Every time that they said this word, I was like, "What the hell?"
Well, they stole it from him.
there is a sentence here. Him and old men poking skinny girls.
Oh,
Okay. Oh my god.
go.
Gross,
See, that's
Gross.
that's-
gross,
Josh, that's a great one.
and good one.
How about this? Is this one quote drench a man in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, is it like
Josh, yeah.
soaking? Like soaking? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never been turned on by Josh before.
No.
Never?
Until
Okay.
now.
Possible, Ryan.
I feel like Dan is constantly
Never?
turned on.
Really? I mean,
I tried.
not even once?
He
Um,
is the sweetie cunt.
Matt sees Tuan always like creeping around. Tuan's a weirdo. She didn't go on the trip. She's just always just fucking hanging out and looking like, I don't know. So he doesn't feel comfortable going back to the kennels anymore. She's always just around. He's like, he talks to Tom. He's talking to Julian. He's like, all right. And fucking Beslin breaks in. And he's like, listen, bitches, I'm part of this. I'm part of this. And Matt's like, bro, you know how shitty it'll be if you are actually a part of this? Your mom will die badly. You'll die too. I mean, you can't be a part of this. You can't let your mom have any association with this. But they're planning on splitting. And they're going to use they're trying to find a diversion. And Beslin's like, fuck it, let's do it in uprising. Let's just straight out riot.
Well, Beslin, like a dumbass, thinks that the Damane will like fight for them if they free them. He's like, Matt's like, no, you fucking idiot. Like, have you paid any attention at all?
Yeah, no, he's like all like French Revolution about the whole thing. He's just like, yeah, let's just riot and throw their heads on guillotines and hey. And Matt is more somber about the whole thing. He's like, all right, listen, you can't do shit at least until a week after we leave. Because they're stealing some Damane with them, and this is something you don't do to the Seanchan, is steal their shit. Again, there's some drinking allegations. Quote, hard, Beslin, very hard. Another one, but Beslin seldom came.
Poor Beslin. Wow. I feel so bad for Beslin.
Poor Beslin.
Poor Beslin.
Beslin seldom came.
He's so sad. Such a sad story.
So Beslin's kind of out of the way, and he's talking to Tom and Julian. They're like, all right, the only time we can get in there is at night. So we must move at night. Tom muttered, fingering. There's a lot in these chapters. There's another one. Tom stopped Matt in the hallway as soon as he came.
Wow. My God. So much.
So they're like, all right. They're like, Julian, you go get some like Soldam shit. And we need an Adam. He's like, well, this is going to be very difficult. And they're like, we have 10 days. My lady just left. We need to split before she gets back because shit's going to get tight when she gets back. It does start to get tight because these murders keep happening.
Oh,
We'll get to it next chapter. She's like, all right, so you, Julian, you get the Soldam stuff, and Tom, you, I don't know what Tom does. Tom does something.
Tom does everything in sight, I think.
And Tom says, lets him know that the Golem killed another dude that night. Says something about Noel told you about the Seekers. He's like, no, but just about the killing. So there's Seekers and listeners. And Tom knows some listeners.
What's the difference between the two of them? I thought they were both the same.
Let's see. Is it the same? I could not tell, to be honest, from how it is.
Listeners are the ones who have the tablet from the queen, the Seanchan queen, that allow them to like put their noses wherever, even up to the blood and the Sojin. I thought the listeners were the same, but maybe they're just normal people who report back what they see to the authorities.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. It says, Noel told you about the Seekers, he whispered, and he's like, no, but he's like, Matt, with the Shanshan, you have to assume they're all listeners. So I think listeners is like a white cloak. So they're officially called the Children of the Light.
Right.
I think Seeker is the official term and listener is the colloquialism.
Right.
Okay. And the golem is continued to attack. It says, quote, there was a madman on the loose and the people were demanding more Shanshan patrols on the street at night, which is not good for Matt and his gang if he wants to do shit at night. It seems to think that the only path is Val and Luca.
The sexual tension of Tom and Julian laying on their beds while Matt is on this little tiny like milking stool like in between the beds.
Go on.
Am I imagining that? Or is that...
No, I think it's very real for you. You're not imagining it at all. Did I pick up on it? I'm not sure if I did. Kay, did you?
I'm sorry, I missed it.
The sexual tension of Julian and Tom on their beds in this little room with Matt on this milking stool.
On this little stool between them.
In between their beds, like uncomfortably the whole time, every time they talk.
Tom's laying, fingering his flute.
Yeah, his ball.
Oh my God, no.
You didn't pick up on that, or you? Wait, what are you saying? Oh my God.
No, I didn't pick up on that.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry, I did not pick up on that. That's.
Well, this chapter starts off with him naked except for his throat thing. And that's not conspicuous at all. If you get completely naked but don't take off the thing because to pretend that Scar's not there. I mean, come on, man. You're just drawing attention to it, right?
Well, that's what he's trying to do, isn't he? He's owning that shit.
Is he? I thought he was trying to hide it.
He is, but he doesn't understand that. He's like 18. The dude has emotional intelligence of like a doornail.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They're all kind of dumb as shit, though, like...
Yeah, they're all lumps in their own way.
But that's kind of rad. I mean, you imagine... I don't think Josh takes his beanie off when he has sex. So, I guess it might...
Yeah, socks and beanie from end to end. He's like, this is where the world ends and I begin. So fuck off.
Why don't you take that off?
I got this shit on lock.
I just don't take it off.
It's like a Jewish woman. We only show our hair in the
like a Jewish woman. Oh, do you eat your oranges every day when you take them to your sky?
Oh.
Of course.
Okay. Well, as long as you're listening to your mother.
That's fine.
We have one more chapter. Is there anything else in chapter 28 that you guys wanted to talk on?
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably yes.
No, go on.
I did skim a bit, but it's more or less them just trying to leave and seeing how difficult it's going to be. And things are tightening because of this golem keeps fucking things up. So now the Shanshan.
Did you notice how Elaine and Matt both encountered Tom saying that when you find a mole, you keep them closer rather than further away?
Yes. And I loved that. Okay, so this was a weird thing. Also, the other guy is a total Glee man, but not like in a Glee man. I don't even know my fully formed thoughts are on the
The thief catcher?
Wait, which? Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
Yeah, so to your point, Elaine had found...
Caress this thought into submission.
Well, Elaine had found like 9 spies, but she's not going to do anything about them. She knows that they're there.
And Matt's like, you've been talking to listeners? His voice squeaked like a tiny.
Oh
There's
yeah.
nothing to it as long as they don't know you know, Tom chuckled. Not the astonishment with the sun, right? So, like, again, Tom's using them against themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They just know they. Tom is sneaky and fucking weird.
Yeah.
Duplicitous doesn't even give him the sides that he has. I
Exactly.
feel like he's much more than
Oh my God.
two-sided. He's very, very. He's got all the sides figured out, and like, yeah, multifaceted. Thank you, Josh. Multifaceted, and he's really just. He knows his shit. He knows exactly who everybody is. It feels like he's just got things sorted, and it's creepy. Who the hell is Tom? Honestly, he feels like a different person to me in this chapter, and a new person, but not also because it also felt very like the same kind of know-all,
Well, think about it.
showy. I don't. Yeah. What?
Think about how he had that. Ever since he's had that secret tryst with Moiraine, he's kind of been portrayed in the same way. Even before that, perhaps. But for me, the first time I saw it was that night with Moiraine, where they like have this banter, and we start to like, get this depth to Tom that wasn't there before. Anyway.
Yeah. Wait, where he like pushed back with Moiraine?
Pushed back, but also was shown to be clearly colluding.
Oh.
And that's when she gives him the letter.
To you, clearly colluding, I don't feel like to everybody is clearly colluding, Josh.
Maybe.
You've got like this insight and ability to see things that I don't think most readers do, which I appreciate about you. And from a first-time reader's perspective of any fantasy ever, this is like mind-blowing to hear your perspective.
Right.
And it's cool. It's in a cool way, like not in a anyway.
Well, Tom's doing his thing. Julian's doing his thing, and in fact, Julian brings in a cloth sack that has, quote, 2 dresses wrapped around a silver length of an Adam.
Yay!
So he gets
silver length of an Adam drink.
So he gets the collar, and he gets 2 dresses. And we jumped to chapter 29. Let's go ahead and just do it. It is chapter 29. It does have the Adam as the icon. It's called Another Plan. And it's Matt's point of view. And he's talking with Jolene. And Jolene does not like the plan because the plan is essentially that Jolene is going to wear the collar, Sattel or someone is going to wear the bracelet, and they're just going to walk on out the door. And they test it out, and it doesn't fucking work, guys. Jolene takes 2 steps and is like, oh! The warders are pretty funny. She has these 2 warders that are fucking comical to me. So Matt does something. So it says, quote, Ben poked him on the back of his left shoulder with a hard finger. Don't be so light-tongued, the warder said warningly. Blarick poked him on the back on the other shoulder. Remember who you're talking to. Jolene sniffed at the one, but she did not. Drinking obligation.
Yes, all of his ears.
Probe further.
Probe further, baby. Probe me deeply.
Go on. And also, Jolene pegged.
Nice.
Sorry.
Jolene pegged. And then after probe further.
Triple drink.
Let's see. So they're talking. Satel's like, I want to go too. Matt's like, fuck, I got, you got all your family and stuff. She's like, no, they already went on their boat. They went on their boat, and we're going to meet up. I told him I'm leaving. And he's like, fuck. that boat was like plan B. That sucks. But I'm still going to go with Val and Luca. Val and Luca's my man. We're going to go in the menagerie. Let's see. Quote, I don't know. This is dodgy because she is in a collar. But I'm going to read it anyways. Quote, Jolene continued to jerk and whimper, and her warders continued to work over her.
Well, if you hadn't mentioned she was in a collar, it'd be
No.
so much
I mean, okay,
easier,
no.
like-
She's
I know,
on a
I know,
bed.
I know,
She's
I
like she's like just ordered pizza, and it says Jolene continued to jerk and whimper, and her warders continued to work over her.
Yay! Drink.
All right. Sorry. All right, you're right. I should have done that.
No, I mean it's just one of those things. It's wishy-washy, right? Like it's just a tough call to make. And
So they
you're
find
right
out
for
that
doubting
they-
it. It's okay.
Yeah, they need a soul down to actually have the collar. You can't just have some any woman. You need a soul dom, and we assume that could be maybe any woman who can channel. But right now, we're not sure. It just says a soul dom needs to do it. Let's see. Matt is hanging out. Oh, go ahead.
I just have a question for Josh.
Yeah.
He's off. Do you think that the Soldam are like the only they really need to like be that specifically that person that can kind of channel or can channel, or like do you think that they need to channel
Someone who can channel has to be on the leash,
right?
on both ends of the leash. That could be an Aes Sedai
Both ends, yes. This is
or
what we understand.
a Suldam, but the Suldam, their ability to channel is small enough that it doesn't affect them. So it makes it easier for them to behave normally. That's how I read it anyways. But that's the whole reason, right? It's like the secret of the Damane are that the Suldam can channel.
Yes.
It's only
yes.
a tiny bit. They're like the ones who fail out of the White Tower. But if they can't channel, they can't do it. If they can channel too much, then it's too much.
Yeah.
Well, hasn't Nynaeve controlled a Suldam via the leash already? We've seen that.
We have seen that in the show.
And Nynaeve could handle it.
Did we see that in the
We saw it in the books too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, we did. And yeah, you're correct. She started to feel her emotions and all that.
Back to her, right?
Yeah.
Like a feedback loop. But that's with a Suldam who can barely channel on the other end. Imagine if it was actually a Damane. I don't think she's trying to control a Damane.
Yep.
So can an Aes Sedai have another Aes Sedai on the end of the leash and not go mad or not have problems? It seems like no, maybe, given what we know at this exact moment.
Why would you think that exactly though? Like
Because they're saying that it has to be a Suldam at the end of the leash and not.
yeah, I'm just losing all of the rules.
That's a good. Could Ashaman hold the leash?
Could an Ashaman hold the leash? That's a good question. Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Have we? I thought it was a brand new shit.
No, we've talked about that before.
I don't.
My brain is in a cul-de-sac then, because I
don't know if we've talked about that.
no, we probably did.
That's not
Yeah,
familiar
we
at all.
talked about whether an Ashaman could hold.
In Ashraman, yeah.
Josh, if you want to win the argument, go grab that little tiny guitar and play us a tune.
Behind you.
Behind
you don't even have
you.
to. You don't have to
know what
air
I'm talking
tiny
about.
guitar. He's only no, just fucking Josh.
So Matt's hanging out. He's in that bar still, and he feels a heavy hand on his shoulder. Hey, I do be knowing you, and takes him into the bar.
Where's
Vale
Matt?
Doman, guys, and he's with again.
Yeah.
He's like, I do.
Matt
want
is
you.
yet again going through secondary trauma. Well, not secondary trauma because he's actually going just through his own like PTSD of what happened before. So never mind. It's just
What do you mean? What happened?
Re-traumatized.
What do you mean? What happened?
Traumatic erectile dysfunction.
With Thailand.
with Thailand. Well, no. He's on the boat. No, not Thailand. He goes onto the boat.
Oh yeah,
And
you're right.
he meets
Yes.
Bale Doman, and he goes, "I've been here before. What the hell? Like, why do I know this?" And it just feels all kinds of fucked up kind of thing, right? And
No,
so,
yeah,
like,
yeah. He also says like the time that he spent on his boat, he was sick with the dagger.
yes, he was
So he
sick.
was-
He was
yeah, so
super
he was
sick. He was in his
yeah.
worst case. He couldn't like comprehend anything that was happening. He doesn't have like real vivid, I think. Well, what I understood was like he doesn't have like vivid memories
Yeah,
of this whole time.
of that time.
And
Yeah.
so he just has like an experience that is like
He says
he's
what
like
remained.
feeling it again, but he doesn't know what the hell he just knows it was shitty and really
What remained
fucked
of his memories of the voyage was strangely unpleasant. He remembered a deadly illness. Of course, he had been ill in a way. Another unpleasant memory. So
Mhm.
yeah, Bale Doman comes up and is like, "Oh, hey," he says, "Quote: You did take a memorable voyage on my ship once with Trollocs and shot out Logoth at one end and a Mirdraw and White Bridge in flames at the other." Bale Doman, Master Cawthon, do you remember me now? He's like, "Yeah, I remember." Fuck. Sorry
Yeah.
about that. Sorry about that. He takes him. Bale takes him to see Egyanin. He remembers Egyanin. Egyanin was the one who freed or helped Nynaeve and Elaine in Falma.
Wait, he doesn't remember her.
And Chico. No, he says
Bale had to be like, tell him, and she's like, yes, I know Nynaeve and Elaine. Like,
it says
No,
Matt
Egyanin
looked
was
from
just
Doman
there.
to the tall woman seated stiffly on the ladder back chair. Her pleated dress was pale yellow today, and she wore a flowered embroidered robe over it, but he remembered her. Her pale face was hard, and her blue eyes were every bit as predatory as Thailand's. So,
okay,
He's-
all right.
yeah. She says, "Hey, you're a hard man. I need some hard men to be on my crew for my boat.
Wow.
And if you
Yeah,
got
she
Tom and
does.
Julian with you, bring them."
She needs some hard man.
He's like, "You got a ship?" And she's like, "Well, I'm gonna get money and like in
Yeah,
spring.
my dad's gonna loan me some money.
Yeah, as soon as my brother like graduates college, I get his car and."
My God. If my grandfather dies, then I maybe get 2 cars that year, so it'll be fine. Sell one.
She does say, "I gave them some small 8 and 10 Chico," referring to the women, and 2 women who were with them, Elaine Turcan and Nynaeve Almira. So she helped Elaine and Nynaeve and Tom and Julian. And he's like, "Oh, fuck, you got the Seekers after you, don't you?" She's like, "Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I would not say such things if I were you." But she's like, Yep, I gotta go. Between here and there, I must vanish from the seeker sight. And he's like, I know how to make you vanish now. The seekers might come tomorrow. She's like, yep, that's a good point. Let's do it. Then it cuts to Matt after her, and he's talking to Tom and Julian, and he's like, as Josh had mentioned, he's like straddling them both. There's one in one bed. There's Matt sitting low on his little stool, and there's Julian on the other bed. They're like, tomorrow night we leave. Julian's a little pissed because he went through all this fucking trouble to get this all this shit. The Adam, the cloak, all that shit.
Yeah.
And now, so he's like throwing his boots at it. He's all pissed. He's like, you know what I did to get this shit for you?
I love Julian.
Doing that plan. He's pissed. He's frustrated. I like that.
you like that, Dan? You
I
like
like,
that?
yeah, no, I like that. You know what? He went through all this issue, and it's like, oh, never mind. And he's like, well,
Well, what the fuck?
I mean, fucking, it's right there. There is also talk about the male Adam bracelets, or that necklace. That is supposed to be at the bottom of the ocean. Josh, are you there?
Sweetie cunt?
Hey, Ryan.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What's your
Yo.
favorite color?
What's my favorite? Oh, actually, Dan, did you order your Trump Bible today?
What's up,
There's a
guys?
Trump Bible?
Hey.
Yeah, no, he's selling
Oh,
Bibles.
You're a cum bubble?
I was in my kids' room. What were you saying?
Sorry, me too. What?
Trump is selling
You guys
Bibles.
order your
They-
Trump.
It
You know
comes
what,
with
Ryan?
It comes
Those
with the
sneakers-
Constitution and the Declaration of Independence.
Those sneakers he was selling, I'm kind of down with, to be honest. I kind of want a pair of the sneakers. I think the sneakers are gonna go way above. That's my stock pick.
So you're gonna buy some Trump sneakers and keep them in your.
They're only $395. That's a reasonable cost.
At any other cost.
They're
Right.
limited edition,
LD.
and I have a size 14, so it's like that's a lot of flag. I'll make it.
All right.
Wait, where's my camera? Oh, there it is. Did you guys see Luz Jr.'s? Okay, never mind. You're doing shoes. Okay, that's
Yeah.
I'm doing shoes.
Yeah.
I like shoes.
You do shoes. You do you.
You do shoes.
Look at that. Look at that. They look like robot shoes.
They look like
Josh, hold
if
on,
you're
Josh.
if you're trying to like make a Lego of a MAGA person,
you're-
you would put these shoes on them.
I seriously. No,
Honestly,
all right. If anyone, so
if you want to anger anybody at JordanCon with these shoes,
anyone
go up
wants
to
to
the way
get
of the
me these
leaf.
shoes, guys, I will be
What?
your best friend.
What?
Yes. Yes.
What?
They're gold shoes with a flag thing on top. What? Come on.
What?
Come
is
on.
Wrong.
Please,
wrong-
so someone.
I suddenly hate your hat, Dan. I suddenly
going.
hate your hat.
Can
Yeah.
someone just give me these shoes?
I suddenly
No,
hate
that
everything
was-
about
Come on.
Daniel.
Come on.
Dan.
Come on. Look at them. Look at them.
Danstifer.
Look at them. They look,
Dancer.
they look
Da-
moderately comfortable.
Daniel.
They look like you'd have to have the tiniest little toes.
I bet you the lace would break.
chameleon.
Why is
You
this
come
shoe
and
like that? Why would
go.
where did your toes go?
All
right.
All right, so
Look at the
Matt is
baby.
back with Tom and Julian, and there's the drinking obligation quote: "Stuck it in his mouth to suck."
Well, that sounds like Dan right about now.
That's hilarious.
It sounds like me
Love it.
right about now.
I'm kidding. I don't know what I'm saying.
What does that mean?
I'm just trying to put you down because you like Trump shoes.
I like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
no, I like the shoes. Come on, come on, come on. If I liked red hats with writing, I don't.
Wait,
I
you
don't
can't
like that
separate. You can't separate the product from the placement. Okay.
No. The shoes are fly.
Wow, Josh, coming from a guy with a beanie. I'm sorry.
I
I
mean,
love you,
sarcastic, I
too.
know. It's obvious.
I know. It's obvious. It's a very obvious. I'm being sarcastic back. I thought that was it.
Look at them.
Oh no, they went down. Now they're only $200, Dan.
Dick Josh.
Yeah.
Dick Josh.
Your whole thing is
Josh.
ruined.
Josh, now
Let's-
you have to get these shoes and put a J on it instead of a T,
And they
Take
go up
them
to size
silver.
15.
and then do opposite colors on the whole thing. Wear them, sport them proudly.
Why do they
around
look
JordanCon,
old? What is this
and
like used
ever,
look right here?
ever,
They
ever.
look so rad.
It's like, oh, I'm leather. I'm like real leather. I'm leather. I'm just painted gold leather.
Okay, honey, I'm
I
ordering them.
hate it so much.
I get my size
What?
15s.
14.
Okay.
14. All right, Ryan, I love you. Thank you.
What just happened?
He just ordered me shoes.
It's so
They're half
cute.
price. Dan said they're the new Bitcoin.
They are.
They're gonna split one day. People will be wearing just one of them.
That T
They're gonna
stands
split
for-
one day.
profit.
It stands for profit.
Actual Bitcoin.
All right, so Matt is talking to Julian's a little pissed off, like I mentioned, because he went through all this trouble. He's not afraid of showing his thing. And they're like, "All right, cool. We're gonna leave in the morning." Matt sleeps in Tylen's bed. He's been sleeping in. He's been moving locations every night because the golem. He doesn't want to get golem chomped. So he was doing like the whole Osama bin Laden, where like
Asana bin Gollum.
Osama bin Golem.
Or-
So no, Osama bin Golem was trying to get Matt. So Matt was sleeping in the same spot
That makes
twice.
sense.
He was always moving from cave to cave. And that was it. They're gonna leave him the next day. And he couldn't sleep because he's like, he thinks his plan's gonna fuck up because he wants to leave. He thinks the Shanshin are gonna get him. What did I miss in this chapter, or this entire, or all 5 chapters that anyone wanted to mention?
Oh my god, that was so funny.
Talk to me.
Okay, kneeling with a oh, I almost said topical K.
No,
With a capital K.
I think that's a new product
Right? That's a
line.
weird, I don't know. Kneeling with a capital K, I feel like is drinking obligation.
So, what did happen to the Kulandiar seal? Didn't the Sunshine actually get it?
Yes, Baal Doman gave it to.
Didn't throw it to the bottom of the sea like he says, like Matt thinks here.
Well, no, that's not the seal. It was the bracelet.
The
that
male
could
Adam.
control a
Oh, the
male
male.
channeler.
Right.
So that was captured.
Right.
So
By
it is
whom? By the
by the Shanshin.
not good.
And that's why Baal's a Sojin, like because otherwise I think he would have.
Just been dead.
I think so.
So we're reading to the end of the book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Josh.
Cool.
There's 6
To
chapters left, and it's
the point.
actually less pages than we just read.
Right.
So yeah, let's read to the end of the book. This was
Oh.
the penultimate. Hopefully, we'll get
So we
through
do
it
we do a show next week.
next
Yeah.
week.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And we still have the 19th is Jordan Con, right? So we still have 3 weeks. So are we going to take a 3-week break, or are we going to do a show before Jordan Con of the next book? I do have it already, but
What do you?
I'll talk about it offline.
Google Calendar here?
Yeah, we can figure this out.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, and I'm just playing with you. These are all good questions. I'm sure we will start before Jordan Con.
Okay.
I'm assuming, and I'm assuming that we'll do some sort of show while we are at Jordan Con, just about the experience and whatnot.
Yeah, it might work out for that. Just the first episode of the new book could be like on the couch con or something.
That's not a bad point.
Oh,
we can also get
Couchcon.
yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
what we
done.
talked about, but I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll figure that out.
So then we'd have to
That's
like
what I'm
record it to have it on a Tuesday though. So we'll see.
Well, yeah, but that's all easily done.
Yeah.
Awesome, everyone. Thank you for
Thank you.
joining us. Thank you for spreading the word about the Way of the Leaf, the most inviting, amazing community on the internet.
Also, if you need to vote on like which half of the screen is more vibrant and oh man, Dan just turned on his fucking light. God damn you, Dan.
Josh,
I was just gonna say, like, vote on which half the screen right now in chat is more vibrant and colorful, Josh and Case today, or
No.
Dan and. You
What did
guys
that
were
for your room,
super
Ryan? You look like
dreary in a minute.
Wait,
a moment ago.
you don't like my Blair Witch Project look I have going on?
It's
Blair Witch.
right.
Yeah,
I
I'm
missed your
crying. I
light.
got
Look
snot
at that
coming out of my
red light.
nose.
Oh, you
Dan,
Oh,
put
you
that
are
red
matching
neck
your brother.
Jesus,
Oh,
fucking
Hell yeah.
big
Hell
old donkey dig.
Hell yeah.
fucking lipstick.
Chapstick.
This is the way.
Stick. Yum, 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 yum.
So yeah, make sure you're here next week. We're finishing the book. This is a good ending. If you know, you know. I'm excited for our first time readers, and I'm excited to talk about it next week. So until then, I love you, and I'm proud of you. Stay solid. Keep fighting the good fight, and now watch this.
I love you.
Solidarity, y'all.
Night,
All right.
night.
Night.
Love you.